What's going on, Aces? Welcome back to the channel. I hope that all of you guys are having an amazing Tuesday. So, Disney Channel's Skai Jackson arrested on suspicion of domestic battery at Universal Studios. What is going on? Disney Channel star Skai Jackson could be facing a misdemeanor after getting arrested last week at Universal Studios in Hollywood. The Jesse in the Bunked actor was arrested August 9th on suspicion of DV, domestic battery, after security personnel noticed her and her boyfriend getting into a physical altercation at the theme park, which is adjacent to the Universal City Walk dining and shopping district. While inside Universal Studio theme park, a domestic incident occurred involving Skai Jackson. A spokesperson for the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department said today, Tuesday, based on the initial investigation, it was determined that Ms. Jackson was the primary aggressor and was arrested for misdemeanor spousal battery. Now, why would she be arrested for spousal battery if they're not spouses? They tried it. Okay. On site security called the police after claiming to have seen Jackson push her boyfriend, according to Page Six and TMZ. Security personnel detained the couple until local authorities arrived and reviewed the security footage, which allegedly showed that Jackson had pushed her boyfriend twice. Jackson was arrested at 5:50 p.m. and was booked at 6:30 p.m., according to the sheriff's jail records. Her bail was set for $20,000 and she was cited and released a few hours later. So the actor and her boyfriend reportedly both denied getting physical during the incident, and Jackson allegedly claimed they are happily engaged and expecting a baby together. A request for Jackson did not immediately respond Tuesday to the Times' request for comment. Sheriff's officials said that the investigation is ongoing and will be sent to the Superior Court for filing. So a few things, right? One, I'm glad that I hope that she's okay, right? If they're both denying it, then it wasn't a serious altercation. Two, of course, we know that, you shouldn't be putting your hands on anybody, but especially if you're pregnant. And I hope that, she has somebody in her corner that can give her a serious heart to heart and let her know, girl, you out here fighting in Universal Studios. You out here fighting in Universal Studios. If you're a former Disney child star, I feel like they all need to be in therapy. Every single last one of them. I just, after watching Quiet on Set and just seeing people being so open about what was going on those sets behind the scenes. We haven't heard anything, a documentary about Disney yet, but Skai Jackson has been all up and down my social media feed all day today. They're talking about her selling feet pics, which, listen, if that's between, I'm not kink shaming anybody or, I guess the Disney residuals are running low. So people are going to do what they need to do, get it how you live, as long as you're not hurting anybody. But you can't be out here, a public figure, putting your hands on people, and you're with child, right? Like, I've never been pregnant before, just to, be transparent with you guys. But I can only imagine that common sense, and hopefully you have a good, prenatal doctor will tell you that 9-month period is, you have to be really, really cautious and intentional, because your actions don't just affect you, but they affect your unborn child. In regards to her boyfriend, we have here the picture on the left, the caption that he always got to ruin the video. If it's volatile like that, then they need to spend some time apart. I understand they're both young, and that's great. But what we do not want is another Blueface Christian Rock situation, and I need to make another separate video about that, because now they're both behind bars and the family is having to raise the baby, which I'm glad that they do have a supportive family. But I mean, we don't know how supportive or nurturing, their family members are, right? Because look at the product, look at what happened with Blueface and Christian Rock. So we don't know what's going on behind the scenes with Skai Jackson and her boyfriend. But what we don't want is for them to have this physical altercation escalate and they both end up behind bars. That doesn't help any, especially with a child, right? That doesn't help anybody. So, man, my heart goes out to her because I feel like every time we hear something about Skai Jackson, it's never about her, promoting a movie or anything positive, to do with the industry. I wish that we could, see her progress in her career and not just be out here in these social media streets, or Universal Studio streets, I should say, but just acting a fool. Like, and see, and that's another downfall, I guess, that comes with being in the limelight so young, is that you don't have the opportunity to get it all out of your system, or, really just be young and be carefree is the adjective I'm looking for, because they're under a microscope. Your formative years, and when you're going through your whole identity formation, a camera's in your face and it's recording your every move, both on the Disney set and off. And it's unfortunate. I don't know who her boyfriend is. I don't think that he's in the industry at all, but I would just love to see her, you know, grow, mature a little bit. And if she decides to stay in Hollywood, find like a good mentor, maybe work with somebody like, Issa Rae, or, you know what I mean? Somebody, or Quinta Brunson, somebody who, and I feel like that, like they came through the YouTube path. They didn't, I was gonna say Raven Simone, but no. I'm trying to think of maybe like a Kenan Thompson, right? A child star who overcame all of the pitfalls that comes with, growing up in that industry. But somebody who, Kenan is really successful. He is the longest actor on Saturday Night Live, and it's history in the show's history. And to have that tenure, right, is impressive. I've never heard anything negative about Kenan Thompson. I don't even think I've ever heard of him getting a speeding ticket. So somebody like that, I really feel like would be advantageous to have someone, guide her, mentor her. Again, especially if she's going to be a mother. Kenan has 2 daughters himself. So, or just, I don't know, somebody who, she can relate to, because again, I want to see her win. I don't want to see her constantly in social media about just negativity, right? Like her getting into Instagram beefs, or, here we have physical altercations while being pregnant. Like, that's not a good look. Not only you have to take care of you, but now you have to start thinking as a mother. And, I wish that when we were growing up, instead of us learning about just things that just didn't matter, whether it was in math class, trigonometry, things that we won't use in life, I really wish that we would have had like parenting classes, business courses, tax courses, things that, and I'm not talking about just like health class or home ec. I'm talking about actual parenting courses that teach, conflict resolution, positive parenting, things like that, things that apply to real life, everyday scenarios. Because a lot of people, they just didn't have healthy, examples of parents growing up. I know I didn't. I mean, I've seen now that I'm an adult, um, you know, my friends have had healthy, they grew up with like healthy marriages, seeing their parents in love and healthy relationships growing up. I have to be honest, I did not. So that's something that I recognize as a weakness, though, and I'm like working on unlearning a lot of the negative things that I did grow up with, and relearning, reteaching myself things that I want to do going forward. But it's definitely a struggle. I feel like I'm, kind of behind, but it's worth it. We only have one life, so you have to live it to the best of your ability. And I'm just grateful that, I didn't get, well, I'm not going to go down that road, but what I will say is I'm keeping Skai Jackson in my thoughts and in my prayers, and I hope that she gets a really strong support system around her to help her, not only with her child, but also just, throughout life. Because I feel like being such, being a child star, whether it was, Disney or Nickelodeon, whatever, it was tough. And we're seeing the effects of that going forward in their adulthood. So anyway, I want to hear from you guys. What do you guys think about Skai Jackson getting arrested? Let me know in the comment section. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will talk with you in the next one. Take care, Aces. Bye.